Hello everyone, welcome to another Daily Gym. Today is May 2nd, 2025, Friday. Don't normally record on Fridays, but thought this was an important topic. Today I want to talk about, are we fighting more for ourselves or more against ourselves? Originally I wanted to talk about fighting for ourselves, fighting against ourselves, or giving up on ourselves. And then I thought, we don't really give up on ourselves. Because even when we're kind of at the lowest, there's still memories, there are still urges, there are still feelings that arise. And often we either are aligned with them and respecting them, or we are pushing against them. And so I do think it tends to be more of a fighting for or fighting against, or expressing or suppressing. Lots of different ways to describe it. And I was going to say fighting for or fighting against ourselves, making either we are doing one or the other. But I think we tend to move incrementally in one direction or the other based on what's going on in our life and based on skills we have, based on the people around us, etc. And so it's just a question I'm asking to myself and also to you. How much are you fighting against yourself? How much are you fighting for yourself? I think a lot of us hold a lot of grudges against ourselves. We fight against our urges, we fight against our dreams, we fight against our gut feelings, we fight against our intuition, we fight against the actions that we've done in the past. We're in competition with ourselves, almost against ourselves. It's not a healthy competition where we're trying to lift each other up. It's more of us attacking and belittling and shaming. And God, how many times do we hate ourselves for things that we've done in the past, for things we haven't done, or for where we're not currently in the present moment, for relationships, for work, for money, for education, for physical health. How often are we attacking ourselves? And how often do we get into a spiral where we attack ourselves more and more? We attack ourselves once, and then we feel ashamed, and we do something else, and then we attack ourselves again. Can't believe you did that, and like, how stupid are you? You're so inconsiderate, blah, blah, blah. Boom, boom, boom. Literally stabbing ourselves, whether it's with the physical, literal way or emotionally, verbally. Just attacking ourselves with hatred so often. Or dislike, whichever strength you want to talk about. But how can it be different if we started fighting more for ourselves than against ourselves? That if we did something in the past, we recognized, hey, it happened. I was trying my best. There was a lot of other things going on, and honestly, I was overwhelmed. And then when someone comes in and says, you're just making excuses, you say, no, I'm being kind towards myself. I recognize I could have done something different, and I feel bad about it. I feel guilty. But I also recognize I was trying my best, and I hope in the next time I'm going to do it better. I believe I can do it better next time. That seems to be a very kind and loving way to approach ourselves. Again, it's fighting for ourselves. It's wanting us to get better and saying, I know you can be better. I'm going to lift you up. Instead of, you're so bad, and I'm going to kick you while you're down. I'm going to push you down even further. And I talk about this because I think when we do this towards ourselves, we do it to other people. When we do it to other people, we do it towards ourselves. So if we are belittling other people, or if we're saying, God, you're so stupid, or how are you so weak, you're such a coward, how often are we saying the same things to ourselves? But if we go to the other person, hey man, I know you're going through a rough patch. I forgive you, and listen, I'm here for you if you ever want to talk. Imagine saying that same thing to yourself. It says, listen, I'm still on your team. Yeah, something happened and it hurt us both, but I'm still on your team. Again, if we say it to other people, we can say it to ourselves. If we say it to ourselves, we can say it to other people. It goes back and forth. At the end of the day, the definition of self depends on us, right? It can be, I am my lonely individual. or myself is connected to all the people around me and all the humans and deer and other animals I come across and the plants. And so, I don't know, the way I've just realized that so many of us hold grudges against ourselves. So many of us are fighting against ourselves or actively wishing physical or emotional pain, causing it to ourselves, wanting to harm ourselves. It's like, whoa, self-betrayal, self-rejection, like all these emotional attacks I've talked about over the years, I think can often also play out with the self or with the individual human. That we do things that we're not proud of, aka we feel very ashamed of these things. We do things that make us feel stupid. We don't do things that make us feel cowardly. But it's okay. It's okay. You weren't trying to do those things. I wasn't trying to do all those things. It wasn't my intention since I was 5 years old that I was going to do this and this and this. Things just happened. Often outside of my control. But I can also try better. Or I can do better. I'm still going to keep trying. I was trying my best, and I can also do better. And be more aware and feel more confident in my skills. So this one's going to be a short one today. I just wanted to reflect on that and just want you to pause maybe and reflect on how much you're fighting for yourself or how often you're fighting against yourself. And by yourself, I mean your self-worth, your emotions, your identity, your professional position in life, your socioeconomic status, your bank account, all these things that technically are like also extensions of ourself, right? All these different tools that we consider to be ourself. But how much do you beat yourself up about them versus how much do you lift yourself up? Because if you're holding a grudge, if you have resentment towards yourself for something that you've done or didn't do in the past, it's likely you hold resentment towards other people for something they did or didn't do in the past. And one of the fastest ways to recognize this is to realize just how much resentment you hold towards others, because you probably do the same thing to yourself. But we're humans, and this things we've been taught, we've learned. Again, it's not our fault, but we can get better. And so I just hope you reflect on that a little bit, and would be curious to hear any of your thoughts or experiences or feelings surrounding this. So if you can, please reach out, and love to talk to you more about it. All right, take care, y'all.